You'd rather spend 3 hours figuring something out alone than send a 2-minute text asking for help. And the crazy part, you already know someone who could help you. You have their number, but you still won't do it. Why? This isn't about being stubborn. It's not about pride either, at least not in the way most people think. There's something much deeper going on, and it goes back further than you probably realize. Most people who struggle to ask for help don't even know why they do it. They just feel this invisible wall every time they're about to reach out. And instead of breaking through it, they pull back. Every single time by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly where that wall came from and what you can actually do about it. Let's be real about what this actually feels like. You're stuck. Maybe it's something at work, something personal, or just a decision you can't figure out on your own. And somewhere in your head, you know that if you just asked someone, this would be solved. But you don't. Instead, you keep trying to figure it out yourself. You go in circles. You get frustrated. Maybe you stay up way too late, exhausted, still trying. And the whole time, there's this background noise in your head going, I should be able to handle this on my own. And if you do finally break down and ask, it doesn't even feel like relief. It feels like you lost something, like you gave something up, like somehow by asking, you admitted that you weren't enough. That's not logic. That's emotion. And emotions like that don't come from nowhere. Some people feel actual shame when they ask for help. Not embarrassment, shame, like something is fundamentally wrong with them for needing it. Others feel like they're becoming a burden. They'd rather suffer quietly than risk someone feeling annoyed by them. Some people even feel like asking is the same as handing someone else power over them, and that thought alone is enough to shut the whole thing down. Sound familiar? Because if it does, you're not broken. You're not weak. You just learned something a long time ago that made this feel dangerous. Here's where it gets interesting, because this behavior almost always has roots. For a lot of people, the inability to ask for help traces back to early experiences. Think about what it meant to ask for help when you were a kid. Were the adults around you consistent? Did asking get you what you needed, or did it get you brushed off? Did you hear things like, figure it out yourself or stop being dramatic? When kids ask for help and get rejected, ignored, or made to feel like a problem, they learn something. They learn that needing things is risky, that reaching out might not work, and worse, it might make people think less of you. So the brain does what it always does. It adapts. It builds a wall to protect you. Stop needing. Stop asking. Handle it yourself. That was a smart response when you were small and had no control over your environment. The problem is, that response doesn't turn off when you grow up. It just keeps running in the background. Psychologists call this an insecure attachment pattern. Specifically, what's called avoidant attachment. People with this pattern learned early on that relying on others wasn't safe, so they became hyper-independent. They learned to suppress their needs. And when those needs eventually got too big to suppress, they'd feel shame about them instead of just asking. There's also something called self-reliance as identity. For some people, being the one who has it together became part of who they are. Asking for help threatens that identity. If you've always been the strong one, the capable one, the one people come to, then needing help feels like the whole story you've told about yourself is falling apart. And then there's the fear of judgment. Studies on help-seeking behavior consistently show that people overestimate how negatively others will react to a request for help. We think people will see us as incompetent. We think they'll say yes, but secretly be annoyed. But research shows the opposite. People actually feel good when they help someone. It makes them feel useful, trusted, connected. We just can't see that because we're too busy imagining the worst. There's also a concept in psychology called the cost of vulnerability. Asking for help means showing someone that you don't have all the answers. For people who grew up in environments where weakness was punished, or where love felt conditional, that level of openness feels genuinely dangerous. Your nervous system treats vulnerability like a threat, not metaphorically. Literally, your heart rate goes up, your chest tightens, your brain starts looking for an exit. That's why just ask for help is such useless advice. It completely ignores the fact that, for some people, that's not a simple action. It's walking straight into something their entire system has been trained to avoid. And here's the part that really hits: the more you avoid asking for help, the more isolated you become. And the more isolated you become, the harder everything gets. It's a loop. You don't ask, so nothing gets easier, so you fall further behind. So now, asking feels even more embarrassing, so you ask even less, and the wall gets thicker every time. Here's the thing nobody tells you. Asking for help isn't a sign that you've failed. It's actually a sign that you understand your own limits, which is one of the most self-aware things a person can do. The people who never ask for help aren't stronger. They're just more afraid, and that fear comes with a real cost. It costs you time, energy, relationships, and sometimes your mental health. The goal isn't to become someone who needs everyone all the time. The goal is just to be able to reach out when it actually matters, without your whole body going into panic mode. That shift doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen, and it starts with understanding what's actually going on. So, what do you actually do with this? First, recognize the feeling for what it is. The next time you feel that pull to shut down and go it alone, pause and just notice it. Say to yourself, this is the wall. This is the pattern. You don't have to fight it right away. Just naming it out loud, even in your head, starts to take away some of its power. The brain handles things better when it can label them. Second, start small. Don't start by asking for help with your biggest, most vulnerable problem. Ask someone for something low. Ask a coworker for their opinion on something minor. Ask a friend to recommend something. These small moments train your nervous system to experience asking as safe. You're basically building new evidence that reaching out doesn't end in rejection or judgment. Third, challenge the story you're telling yourself. When you think I'll be a burden, ask yourself, is that actually true? Or is that just a feeling from a long time ago? Think about the last time someone asked you for help. Did you think less of them? Or did you actually feel kind of glad they trusted you? That's probably how the person you're about to ask feels too. Fourth, separate your worth from your independence. You are not more valuable because you need less from others. Your worth doesn't go down when you ask a question or admit you're lost. That belief is something that was put into you. It wasn't born there, and it can be unlearned. These 4 steps won't fix everything at once. But if you actually try them, you'll start to notice that the wall gets a little shorter each time. And eventually, asking for help stops feeling like something to survive and starts feeling like just a normal part of being human. If this explains something you've been feeling for a while, subscribe. There's a lot more like this coming.